Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Solzy.
Mark.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
J-Mart.
And Kendall.
He's a household appliance. Does he not know this yet, Kendall?
Hate it.
You know, I think he needs a lobotomy or something to kind of...
See, he mooned us the other day, and does he not know this, that he has like a Kenmore sticker on his ass?
He's got a barcode, he's got instructions.
Didn't know where you were going with that.
Well, it explains the ventilation stuff coming right out of his ass. Mock, Sheen, Washable.
Terrible.
Kevin Nash,
Even
all the
worse.
same thing.
Diesel.
So we have our starting lineups today. Mock, Sheen, Washable was the beer picker of the day. So why don't you lead us off? What are you drinking?
I have from here in Connecticut, from the Relic Brewing, the Leaf Storm Ultra Dank India Pale Ale.
I have from Finch the Taco Cat Kettle Sour Ale, baby.
This dramatic pause.
Yeah,
Get
like
let the
a
Taco Cat sit in.
dramatic
It's a
reading.
lot to take in.
From Evil Twin Brewing, I have Pink Lemonade IPA.
In collaboration with?
Oh,
Minute Maid.
Stumped him.
I don't know what...
Omnipolo.
Omnipolo. I just thought there was a design on the can. My apologies to Omnipolo.
Mock did something I didn't think he would be able to do, but he actually found a beer I haven't had. So also from here in Connecticut, I have Cloudbreak Dippa from Outer Lake. I have no idea where they're from. They are from Groton, so this is going to be seawater.
So, all the way from Wisconsin,
The
I
one
got
beer
Not
that
Your
was
Father's
about-
Mountain Ale.
Which this is big for you because this is supposed to be the boozy version of Mountain Dew.
And it's going to be quacktastic.
Quacktastic.
Alrighty then.
All right, so we haven't even talked about the disgusting shot yet for Shot Trivia, and you've already earned yourself some private stock with that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So toast of excellence. I believe Mike Mock has a toast of excellence.
Well, my New Orleans Pelicans went out and signed Josh Smith today. Great move.
He-
Go Pelicans.
Yeah, like 8 years ago.
Listen, if you want a guy that's going to shoot every three imaginable for 18% on the season, he's your guy.
Josh
why I
Smith
want him.
was one of the most impactful players in the NBA until one day his coach was in Atlanta was just like, hey, if you have an open three, take it. And it went
never
all
looks
downhill
back.
from there. He was like a taller Vince Carter. He dunked everything in sight. He could cut to the lane. He was
blocked
quick. He blocked
everyone.
everything. And then he started shooting threes, and then he became irrelevant. At least Vince made his threes, and he still makes relevant contracts.
Now he's on the Pelicans.
He's had some time off. Just watch.
Also, for a more humorous sake, we have the double toast of excellence. The other one is for Juju Smith-Schuster, fun name to say,
Say that 10 times fast.
from the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one's more funny because I don't know at the table or in the listeners who's heard this yet, but he received a tweet from one pornographic actress, Mia Khalifa, saying that he's her favorite player now. And if you don't know Mia Khalifa, she has a history of running in with athletes. I think the most recent one before this was Joel Embiid. And so he commented back on the tweet saying, "Oh, hell nah. I'm not
Excellent.
playing this game."
Just shut it down.
And then a fan immediately sent a video to his Twitter of the Antonio Brown punt return when he stepped on the punter's face, except it has Smith-Schuster's face on Brown's body and Mia Khalifa as the one being stomped, and it was just excellent. His reactions were just fantastic. So, toast to excellent to those people. Oh, yeah. Kyle, you're the one that sprayed everything this time, not Kendall. Oh, never mind, he's fizzing. There's some drips down the can. Oh, this is pretty good, Mock. No, it's not. Kendall's dying. No, it's actually not bad. I don't mind it. Beer reviews, though. Kyle's going in for the second sip. Look at him. I also believe that after Kyle's done chugging, wow, and Kyle's got a 25-ounce can, too. So you're going to be done after
That's
this.
delicious.
See, I was afraid you were going to hate it because it's got like hints of grapefruit.
We need more of this.
Kyle, I believe you have fantasy pick'ems updates. I believe
Yeah.
we've had an overtaking in first place.
Yeah. Paul took over Mock in first place with a nice 13-point week.
Yeah, I had a rough week.
Mock's still in second. I moved up to third.
Can you guess where I am?
Yeah, Jeff's in dead last, and Kendall's in
right.
fourth.
Hey,
At this point, Jeff's fighting sub 500 record, and
How many games back am I?
10.
Ouch.
I'm never
first
giving
place?
that up.
From fourth.
from fourth,
I
yeah.
tell you what, though, that could be 1 week.
Yeah, it could be. It won't be, but it could be.
Yeah, I was going to say it could, but it won't.
I'm the first person to 60 wins. Go me. We went out of order here. I was having some violent whispers thrown my way. We were supposed to do shot trivia next, but format it's not necessary. Who does format?
Just
It's not
don't
a real thing.
don't want it to be overlooked. Kyle worked really hard trying to read to get a question.
So, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and delve into your second shot of the private stock since you were the fun loser last week. He's doomed for disaster. He's already 2 shots in. He's got a 25-ounce
Yeah.
beer. He's made 2 gross faces on the
He's
day.
already got spill marks on his shirt. He's
Yeah,
done.
We might need to take a video for the Facebook / Instagram of just Kyle doing a shot of his private stock, just so the viewers,
So everyone can see
yeah,
what
they
we
need to be able to
see.
see what we see when he takes that
It's like
shot.
looking at like Steven Tyler performing.
Those things the boomerangs, I think that'd be good too.
Oh, the Instagram, the boomerangs. We made a good one of Kyle throwing up in KFC's
you
parking lot.
have boomerang, don't
We
you?
should post
Yeah.
that.
First of
We'll do
all,
that.
that was the best throw up I've ever done.
we'll post that.
Yeah, that'll make it.
A lot
to
of
it.
orange in that throw up.
So, do you? Well, now we have to talk about this. So, Kendall, Kyle, and I went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, where Kyle got 2 spicy chicken sandwiches and waffle fries.
Didn't know we were going to KFC after.
Then we did a bang bang and hit KFC immediately after, where Kyle got a $5
my.
fill-up box and orange soda, drank all the soda, ate almost none of the food, and then just lost his entire innards in the drive-through, which is the best part. He threw up in the drive-through while a woman was placing her order 10 feet from him.
The video is hilarious.
She then canceled her order immediately and
For
drove
those
off.
who don't know, I throw up very loudly.
Yeah,
does.
it's pretty violently.
Oh, that's great.
It's really Kyle to blame because he's the one who suggested we get more food.
I don't remember that.
Of course you did, Kyle. You love the bang bang.
The best thing is like of all the fast food options in the world, like other than Taco Bell, like chicken is kind of the most limited, and we went to 2 chicken places.
Yeah, it was a lateral move.
So
We were going to go mini golfing that day.
then you threw up.
Yeah, then we said nah.
So what's your fact? Got it ready?
Yeah, I got. You mean my question?
Yeah, your question.
All
Your
right.
fact.
So in 1968, Bob Gibson had this many strikeouts in a World Series game. How many strikeouts were there?
9.
Is this like the record? Is that why you're saying it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say 15.
14.
11.
Kendall, you're the loser.
I guess so.
The correct answer was 17.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Good old Bobby.
How many innings did you go?
I don't know. I
Thanks.
just looked at the strikeouts. I'm guessing all 9.
What if you won 8?
Then
What if it was 5?
What if he
that's
got
ridiculous.
That's
Well, he got the strikeout, and we assumed the runner still made it to first on a pass ball.
Could you imagine
several
pitching
times.
5 innings and having that happen so much that you get 17 strikeouts?
I'd retire.
That would be
Quit while you're ahead.
that would be just. I feel like I'd punch my catcher and first baseman in the face, even if it's not their fault.
No, it's more the catcher.
It could be your fault. As the pitcher, you threw a wild enough pitch where the catcher couldn't get it.
No, he just sucks.
All right, that's fair.
Spoken like a true pitcher.
All catchers, you all suck.
Including
Thanks,
me.
Kyle.
So today's show, some fun topic: the career debate. This was I believe, Maxine Washable
Yes.
came up with this idea. So it's essentially
Stolen from many other sports shows.
No,
Figured
hold
we
on.
should do
You're
it.
not supposed to admit that.
We're the only sports show. So it's essentially the way it works is I'll start off. I'm going to ask a member of the crew here, which career would you rather have, player A or player B, and then they kind of have a small amount of time to just debate it in their head, whatever, talk about it, and pick. And then they will ask another person. So no interrupting unless absolutely necessary. Souls. So I'm going to lead off, and I'm going to go straight ahead to Kendall Reed.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor to be number 1.
So, Kendall, let me ask you.
Nope.
Whose career would you rather have? Would you rather have LaDainian Tomlinson's career or Edgerrin James' career?
Bias all the
Time's
way.
up.
LaDainian Tomlinson, because he's perhaps my second favorite running back behind Jerome Bettis, and he had such a storied career. Never won a Super Bowl. Has the NFL rushing touchdown in a season record. Has touchdowns in a season record.
I believe he's also the only player. Isn't he the only player that's received and rushed for 1,000 yards in a season or something like that?
I believe he shares that with one other person.
Oh, did someone else do it?
I think
Okay.
so. He was a dominant running back for 10 seasons of his, we'll call it, I think he played for 14. That's off the top of my
All of
head.
his Jet seasons, right?
Not his Jet seasons. But I'd much rather have that career than the edge.
All right. Now you may ask.
Ooh, so I get to pick.
Pick anybody. You could even pick me. We could just go back and forth the whole show.
You know what? And that's what we're going to do. All right. Oh, Souls, you're shaking your head. All right, that's why I'm going to pick you. All right. Would you rather have Roy Halladay's career or Roy Oswald's career?
Roy Halladay. He was a better overall pitcher, and he threw a perfect game and a no-hitter in the same season, which is pretty impressive.
Now, is there a bias just like me?
No, they both played for the Phillies.
Yeah, but
Roy Halladay was just better
LT
than
didn't
Roy
play for the
Oswald.
Steelers.
Roy Halladay was a better pitcher than Roy Oswald, and I'd rather have his career over Oswald's.
It's really screwing you up having two players with the same first name, isn't it?
Stumbling over
Which
it.
Roy are you talking
That's why
about?
I just said Halladay, man.
You almost said the other one.
It's that mountain juice you're drinking there. It's going straight to your head.
That's
Hey,
Mountain Ale.
It's Mountain
Not
Ale.
quite the mountain medicine.
No mountain medicine.
Oh, we'd have to feature that on the show one time. Maybe we could do that for the loser of the fantasy pick'ems. Nice shot of mountain medicine on air.
We'll take some pictures for you guys to show you what mountain medicine is all about.
Paul,
Oh, all right.
Patrick Roy, or Henry Lundqvist?
Where did you pull that one out of?
I can answer the question.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna say Henrik Lundqvist. Played for. I mean, one, he played for a bigger market team. There's just more cocaine available to you. But he's also quite handsome, if I do say so myself. He's kind of had that like distinguished George Clooney look to him.
With a nice smirk too.
Yeah, but he's also just he's one of the most reliable goaltenders. So like for me, like being a fan of the Blackhawks, like when Corey Crawford's playing well, like you just know that no matter how bad the offense is going to play, and like because the Blackhawks have very bad spurts of offense, it doesn't matter because the goaltending is going to be solid. It's going to take like a lucky bounce or an incredible shot to beat me or to beat him. So I would rather be that guy. So I'm going to be him. Patrick Roy is a great goaltender, but. What?
All right.
Now, can you give me some background information on these two players?
Well, Patrick Roy played for the Avalanche. Pretty good. He also coached the Avalanche. Wasn't very good at coaching.
Oh yeah, could you give me some like, career stat lines on that?
I think he was like, maybe 102.45.
I thought for sure I was gonna say like 100 and 200.
102.45, guys. 102.45.
Ugh.
That much, huh?
We don't know. I don't
know. Shoot him an email.
All right, Jeff. Oh no, that was a good laugh. I like that.
Kind of Mickey Mouse. Oh,
I want more of that.
and
suddenly less of it.
beat me to it.
Guys.
All right, Jeff. I got a. I don't know if it's a good one, but I think you'll get a good chuckle out of it. So, would you rather have Derrick Rose's career or Luke Ridnour's career?
Oh, man.
Remember, you could travel, bro.
That's the first thing I thought of, is being able to travel the whole United States.
See, it's tough because it's like Derrick Rose, more success individually as a player, but
More pain also.
yeah, I mean, and if anybody at the table knows about sports injuries, it's you.
I know. I still think I'm going to go with Rose. Just because when he's healthy, he's still very explosive.
Plus, there's probably not a lot of
And-
cocaine in Seattle.
That's true.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it's true. There might be a lot.
There seems to be a theme this whole season. I'd like to redo my pick.
Yes, he's on the bench now, too, on a championship caliber team.
Rose actually
Injured.
starts.
Well, he's injured
Yeah,
I say,
but
isn't he hurt?
again.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
Either way, though, they win. He gets a ring. Ridnour kind of sucked for the most part. He was just kind of a serviceable point guard.
Did he ever
at
win a
most.
ring?
He might have. He might have squeaked his way onto the
Honestly,
team somewhere.
I don't think
But
he
with
did.
who?
I want a fact.
He played for like
He's played for
46
every
different
I
teams.
feel like
5 of them in 1 year.
I feel like he just was always on the team that was like,
I know he was a Sonic.
He was like a relief pitcher for the Dodgers for like 6 months. The guy has just been everywhere.
we have photos.
We'll let
Let's see. Seattle, Milwaukee, Minnesota, back to Milwaukee, Charlotte, Orlando.
So far, it's not looking good.
Yeah, all of his accolades are from college.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
He's sounding like a player in our NBA 2K career mode we have going on.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's you.
That's me.
You're kind of a journeyman, but you always find your way home.
Always in the top 5 in assists.
And free throw percentage.
You guys always make me in franchises and then trade me away.
You have more
you
rings.
you
than
better
us,
be
though.
there. What do we make you?
I actually
You and
got
Kyle
rings.
left, took all the rings.
I didn't leave. I was traded.
You asked for the trade.
All right, so Mock, pick a number 1 through 6. Quick.
4.
4. All right, good one. Terrell Owens or Randy Moss?
That is a good one. Terrell Owens.
Really?
Yeah. Personally, I liked T.O. more. Never really cared for Randy Moss, and he was a Patriot, so screw him. T.O. I think was better. He played, 49ers. They were very good. Kyle's giving me a weird look.
Questionable. T.O. played for 2 division rivals.
I was
of
going to say
yours.
that too. I was surprised.
But I mean, he did. I don't know. I never liked Randy Moss, at all,
No,
ever.
That's fair.
Cowboys T.O. is my favorite T.O. You know why?
We made him cry.
Get your popcorn ready.
So the thing is for those of you who don't know, I'm a very large connoisseur of sports cards. Those at the table who have seen my collection, it's pretty impressive. But one of my favorite cards I have a T.O. card of the exact moment of him drowning his face in popcorn.
That's awesome.
And it's a pretty awesome card. Yeah, it's funny too because it's signed, so it's pretty awesome. I like to think that there's butter in the signature.
I love me some me.
Yeah, he's so good.
I have one for Kendall.
All right.
Kendall, Larry Fitzgerald or Hines Ward?
Wow.
I got to go with Hines Ward.
Is it because they named the stadium after him?
This guy. Being a Steelers fan.
They named the ketchup after him,
That's right. And
not the mustard though.
No. Maybe the relish as well. They got 57 varieties. Heinz. What's their slogan?
Kyle's forcing over the private stock.
Some private stock in a minute. But Heinz Ward, being a Steelers fan, grew up watching him. He's a tough wide receiver. He broke somebody's jaw. I can't remember. It was a Bengal. I can't remember who it was. God, Souls, help me out.
Trying to remember.
But hard-nosed receiver. I mean, Fitzgerald, amazing. Much better hands than Hines, but, Hines has the hardware.
Whose career would you want?
I think I'd want Hines' career. He's got 2 rings.
It was Keith Rivers' jaw.
Keith Rivers. He was a middle linebacker, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just a tough player, and I like to think I'm tough, like Hines.
You can take 2.
I will take 2. Kyle. And while I take my shot of private stock, please talk amongst yourself so I can think of a player to.
Well, put the question to you as well, Kyle. Being a Steelers fan, do you share the same bias? Would you pick Hines Ward's career?
I would.
See, the thing is, I ask you because I know that you are, even if it's just for 2K purposes. Whenever we make a 2K team, it always starts off with all of us on the same roster, and then we just let it, contract itself out wherever we go. And Kyle's guy is always the guy that. It's funny because Kyle will be on the Mavericks for example, and they'll play the Bucks in the finals, and then Kyle's team will win. And instead of staying with the Mavericks, he'll go join the Bucks because they're on the rise. And so I know that you're you're just a bandwagoner for any championship team. So would you pick Hines Ward?
I would, only for the championships. Fitzgerald didn't play too many years where his team was too irrelevant.
See, I think I'd pick Fitzgerald for the loyalty aspect. The exact same thing you made, but for the loyalty aspect of it. Not that Hines Ward wasn't loyal, because Hines Ward doesn't play anywhere but the Steelers, right? But to play for a team for so long when you are relevant, especially when, the Cardinals were not as good when the Seahawks were on their march and the 49ers were good in the beginning. And so...
And, two, when you think about Cardinals receivers, Fitz is probably the first guy. Think of the Steelers now. Brown's there.
Well, I would probably think of Juju Smith-Schuster way before I think
True.
of Hines Ward. They're going to name an energy drink in that city after him.
I'm in.
All right, I have one for Jeff. And in my head, I think this is a good one, but I feel like it's not when you guys hear it. Jeff, Shaq or Kobe?
One has a rap career.
That's true.
And
It's
made a really
tough.
good
It
movie.
is a good one.
A very poor rap career.
Hey, don't you say that.
Hey, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes.
And did Aaron Carter beat him in a?
He might have.
No. Remember that stupid song?
Yeah.
Yeah. How I Beat Shaq, I think.
Something like that.
Something. I thought you guys would help me out.
Jeff,
with
your
that.
answer?
I think I have to go with Shaq for the simple reason that there will never be another Shaq. There might be another Kobe.
LeBron
Just
might
the
be another
center-
Kobe.
Exactly. Like the center position died for the most part, and Shaq was the real powerhouse center. Plus, he's a great personality. Not that Kobe isn't, but Shaq, I mean, he's just ridiculous. Shaq and
Yeah.
a fool.
Shaq and a fool.
Shaq attack.
Shaq ended up with what? 3
He's-
rings?
Here's the thing: you guys are talking about Shaq. You guys are talking about
Cool.
Shaq's like you guys are doing Shaq and a fool, and like you guys. He was Kazam, okay? Like way before.
That's
any
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
Other stuff.
He made a really good movie.
And Man of Steel.
It was boys with big.
Steel.
He's had a pretty interesting life. To
And a
say the
balding
least.
cop and Grown Ups too.
He's actually a cop in Miami.
He's probably a
Yeah,
bigger.
I mean, that guy just
pop
takes
culture
on
icon.
challenges and does it. It's
Hey,
awesome.
he was on an episode of Tanked.
And always finds a way to be on NBA Game Time with all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's a man of the people.
he's a.
And I don't think he has any rape allegations.
We don't know that.
That's because he'd kill anybody in the process.
You're right.
Is he also a WWE Hall of Famer? Is that correct?
He
Was
might be.
I think was he
think he
inducted?
Is he in there?
I thought he was recently inducted.
Baldwin too.
How though?
And a Baldwin.
Well, Kobe.
I don't. I don't watch the Hall of
He
Fame.
I think he had 2 tours in the WWE because he fought the Big Show. I think he fought the Big Show at a pay-per-view.
I know they always teased him in the Big Show. I
No,
didn't know it
they
ever
did
actually
fall.
happened.
It was
They did
supposed to be this
fall.
WrestleMania too, but
Well, no,
it
they
fell through.
they fought before, and then he was also like one of the more. I don't know if you remember in the WWE, they had this really long stint of WWE celebrity general managers on Raw, and Shaq was like one of the more like interactive ones. Shaq and Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah.
The worst was
That's a
Bob
dynamic
Barker.
duo.
Bob Barker had like a Price is Right on the show. It was ridiculous. All right, so Jeff, you're trying to delegate the
Got
question.
one for Souls.
What's up, bro?
These are 2 young careers. One very young. Lonzo Ball or D'Angelo Russell.
Okay. I hate my dad, but I'm going to go with Lonzo Ball.
What'd you say?
You hate your
You
dad?
hate your dad?
Well, I meant like if I'm Lonzo, I hate my dad.
Sorry, Bob.
My thing is, I think Lonzo's going to have a better career when it comes down to it.
Do you have any idea how much cocaine is in Brooklyn?
True. I think D'Angelo Russell is who he is. I don't think he's going to go much farther. I think Lonzo has the potential of bringing that team above.
Some bold accusations.
I say he has the potential. I
And
think
he's
so.
not a snitch.
Will you guarantee it?
I'm not going to guarantee this.
Oh, damn.
a non-Souls guarantee.
He's getting
Mock.
soft.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick, Fritos. I forgot to say this earlier. I meant to not start the show off with this, but say in the beginning. So we've been doing the private stock recently instead of the disgusting shot, but the disgusting shot is making an appearance, a surprise guest appearance next show. Either Jeff or I will have to do a disgusting shot because we didn't do this earlier in the season, but one a few times.
Big
Two
game.
members of the Getting Sports with Drunk crew have their favorite NFL teams going head to head. This week it's Bears and Saints, so the losing team will have to do a disgusting shot. So I forgot to put that in earlier. So I'm really going to make it like just out of whack now. Kyle, back to you.
Mock.
Yes.
Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez.
Ooh.
Dude killed a bird.
That's a tough one.
One guy killed a bird.
Remember,
the other
he
took
threw Don
Zimmer.
Zimmer on the ground.
It's tough.
There's a good chance that Randy Johnson is the sole proprietor of cocaine in Arizona.
That's tough because I mean Pedro was probably one of the most dominant pitchers we saw, but I think I would still take Randy Johnson.
Because he didn't throw Don Zimmer on the ground.
No, I think
Big
Randy
dude.
Johnson, I mean, was just like a freak. He was like 7 feet tall, real weird looking.
Let me stop you right there. Picture. Exterior. Arizona desert. Day. The sun beats down on Randy Johnson sitting on a bench in a trench coat. ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man plays in the background. Johnson stands up, beckons to figures in the distance. Scorpions.
What are you doing? I don't know. But yeah, I think I would take Randy Johnson.
That's Kendall's way of saying he agrees and picks Randy Johnson too.
when Randy Johnson, like when it was like him and Schilling in Arizona, they were just dominant.
He just struck fear in hitters.
Yeah, that's right. Like he
What
was
is he,
very like
6'10"?
he was
6'11"?
so tall. He was like an imposing pitcher to look at. Pedro was very good, but again, I never liked him. He was very good. I just never liked him.
I pick Randy Johnson because he wore two of the coolest jerseys in MLB history: purple Diamondbacks attire and an Expos jersey.
The actual jerseys back then were pretty cool too.
Yeah. Actually, I was reading this thing. They voted that, was it the 84 Astros? Is that what it was?
Yeah, we talked about it recently, right?
Yeah, there were the pullover jerseys that they had with like the orange and blue, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like with the star in the Astros on the thing. They were voted that the best MLB jersey of all time.
Really, the Reds didn't make the cut there.
The Reds actually made the cut as one of the best jerseys of all time. It was like the 60s
You know,
jerseys or
truth be
something
told,
like that.
I hate the Reds.
No, you love them.
We all know that.
It's tough to argue with the beauty of
I was
that
just trying to
gray
be
and
an
red.
ass.
Now, I have one for Jeff.
Damn it. I have a really bad one for Kendall.
I have one for Jeff.
Greg Hardy.
And we briefly talked about this previously, but I'd like to get his honest opinion.
I have to take a shot for Greg Hardy.
Yes.
Jeff, whose career would you rather have? Frank Gore or Reggie Bush?
I think he's going to keep drinking the private stock.
I am, actually.
I'll give you $20 if you finish it.
I'll drive you to the hospital if you finish it. You can give me the $20 for gas.
The way I look at it, I mean, Reggie Bush had a short, good career, and then the rest was kind of But he got a ring. Frank Gore is probably one of the most consistent running backs we've seen.
But
Who
out of the
probably is
two
going to
of
end up in
them-
the Hall of Fame.
Only one of them broke a record last year, and I'm picking Reggie Bush.
Guy slept with Kim Kardashian.
Guy got it in, got hurt literally doing nothing on the sideline, won a ring with my team,
Got his Heisman taken away.
got his Heisman taken away. I mean, he's done everything I wish I could do.
Thanks a lot, Pete Carroll.
And what did he have the record for last year? He was the first running back to finish a season with like
negative-
10 carries, a touchdown with negative yards.
Negative rushing yards, yeah.
It's amazing.
I think he had -7 rushing
He's
yards on
so
the season.
good, he doesn't have to actually get a positive yard to score. He's just a big reason of why I like New Orleans, part of that team back when we could actually return kicks and punts.
Great special teamer.
Now, I know, for me, if I had to answer that, I would say Frank Gore. Just because he's probably the most consistent running back we've ever seen.
Biggest penis in the NFL.
That, too. That'd be nice.
No hardware, though.
You don't need it when you
Well,
have that.
He's got hardware.
But think about it. Think
Hammer.
about it. He's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you value more? You know, having one ring or being in the Football Hall of Fame?
Kim Kardashian.
I say Frank Gore only because of, even though like
Well,
he's
he has
older
to be
now and
bald.
like he's on a team that because of no Andrew Luck is pretty much an irrelevant offense and their defense is terrible, but he's still like, even if it's just for fantasy football's sake, he's a considered guy. I mean, people will start Frank Gore. Like Frank Gore is still like a relevant name that like and called upon and trusted on crucial offensive situations. He's been the guy forever. And he's just Frank Gore.
It's true. I'm going to turn to Paul for this one.
Nice.
And now I'm going to preface, it's not going to hurt my feelings either way.
You're going to preface, you mean?
Sure, give me the bottle. Carmelo Anthony
Ooh.
or Paul Pierce.
Oh.
Keep
See,
in mind,
that's-
Pierce is like my second favorite player, so I won't be really hurt.
Yeah,
either
that's
way.
rough. Anywhere's a good number.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Well, it's tough because I mean you have the championship success, even if it's only once with Paul Pierce.
Then on the flip side, you have the gold medals,
Yeah,
national title.
Consider the bronze medals for a second.
that's true.
I think Melo might have a bronze, but I'm not positive.
See, so here's the thing. I'm going to go against my normal grain here. I'm a huge. Oh, Kyle's shaking his head. Sorry, this is important. The Sixers were winning for so long, and then the Rockets beat the Sixers, and Kyle's just so
By a
devastated.
buzzer beater.
Because they're terrible.
Nice.
But anyway,
Go
I'm
Pelicans.
I'm a huge member of like the loyalty committee when it comes to things like this, but I'm going to say Carmelo Anthony. It may not like make sense to anybody else, but like
Oh, it does.
so Paul Pierce will go down as one of the greatest Celtics of all time. He'll make the Hall of Fame. He's very good. He's a clutch guy, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why, but I've never been a real big fan of Paul Pierce's game. He's physical, but like he's always kind of like to me just been soft. And in basketball, especially when I played, I was a physical, like more aggressive player. And I just like I think about a lot. There's so much hype about Carmelo Anthony over the past few years with the trade clause, and he's become more of a shooter, one-on-one player, arguably the best one-on-one player in the NBA. Honestly, I don't know. I think Carmelo, if I'm down by a point, Carmelo might still be the guy I want with the ball in his hands over anybody else in the NBA. But it goes back to his Nuggets days. Carmelo was just so dominant. He was so overlooked in the draft. Not that he didn't go
back. That's all he's missing.
Not that he didn't go high in the draft, but I just he was so overlooked compared to the other people in the draft and the people that went in drafts before and after him. And I think I would take Carmelo's career. I would just not go to New York.
That's fair.
A lot of Olympic gold medals.
Yeah. All right, Kendall. So this one's more of a fun one. Would you rather have the Philly Fanatics career or Mr. Red's career?
Oh, definitely not Mr. Red.
Now, is that because he's
think
just a ripoff of
about
Mr. Met?
The gray you'd get to
No.
wear on a
All right,
daily
fine. I'm
basis.
going to change it then because I forgot there's the bias there. Would you rather have the Philly Fanatics career or Southpaw's career? They're both fuzzy green guys. One's just not fat.
I think, not my vote, but the Philly Fanatic is the greatest mascot of all time. He drives around on a quad on a baseball diamond, which is ridiculous. The groundskeepers would be pissed. He's driving a quad, taking up the grass. He dances on top of the dugout.
There's a horn for a mouth.
Yeah, I don't even. Is he supposed
See
to be?
that meme of him? He's checking out one of the reporter girl. I mean,
Right.
This guy gets it.
He's he's an anteater, maybe. I don't know what he is, and that's the glory of it all. And I think I'd rather be the Fanatic.
Kyle's shaking his head like that affects him.
Good choice.
What do you mean, good
You need
choice?
a good mascot when you guys average 100 losses a season.
Dude, don't be jealous.
All right, Kendall, your turn.
All right, let's see. I gave Jeff one. I gave Kyle one. Mark. All right. All right. Would you? Let's go football. I've done baseball. I've done basketball. Let's do football for Mark. All right. Would you rather have Amani Toomer's career or Tiki Barber's career?
Keep in mind, no post-career antics should be affecting this.
I would rather have Toomer's career. Tiki Barber was probably the better player, but Toomer got a ring. And was a big part of them getting that first ring. Tiki, if he played as long as he should have and didn't retire in his prime, he would have been a shoe-in Hall of Famer. But he cut his own career short.
I think he retired because he knew he'd never be better than his brother.
He retired.
Cousin? Are they brothers or cousins?
They're
brothers.
But it was just ridiculous when he retired. And then he started calling out the team, and then they went on and won a Super Bowl without him, which had to have been really fun for him to watch. But yeah, I would take Toomer over Tiki.
That's fair. That's fair. Try to pick two, giants who played during the same period of time.
Nice. You really stalled while trying to figure it out, too.
Yeah, I was going to say
I
something.
asked Jeff a question. I asked Kyle a question.
I was going to say
Kyle
something
was
stupid.
MLB.
I had to save it.
All right.
He's checking his list, which is the best part.
Yeah.
Paul, you're getting golf when I get you.
Ooh. Bubba Watson.
Kyle.
He sits forward.
Hello?
Let me set the scene. Exterior.
Scorpions for hands.
Whose career would you rather have? Dan Marino or Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner. Has more hardware in the Hall of Fame. Can't really ask for much more.
Handsome guy.
Very handsome.
Super Bowl with 2 teams.
Yes.
A lot of concussions.
Super Bowl. Went to the Super Bowl with 2 teams, and really, honestly, if it wasn't for Santonio Holmes and Adam Vinatieri, he'd have 3 rings. I mean, they should have beat the Patriots. That Rams team should have beat the Patriots.
All the Super Bowls the Patriots won, they should have lost.
And, well, no. Nah. I don't think so.
I'd actually like to talk about that on another show. I think it'd be a real good discussion.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. But, I mean, really, think about it. Santonio Holmes isn't... If you guys don't have Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl against the Cardinals, you guys don't win that Super Bowl. He pretty much put that whole drive on his back.
Yeah, he killed it.
So I'm not taking anything away from him, but I'm just saying Kurt Warner was, I know it's very close. There's a difference between very close and have, but...
We had Nate Washington you're forgetting.
That's true. Did you also have Mike Wallace on that team?
No, not that team. I don't think. I think
Has he had already left at that point?
He might have been on that team. I don't think, actually, he might not have been.
I think he was
Yeah,
drafted
Antoine
after.
Randall L.
Oh, was he?
That was post Randall L. I'm pretty sure. I think Nate Washington, Ward, and Holmes were the three.
Yeah.
Gross, like 3. That is like.
It is not flattering.
Jeff,
2 of those players really died after that season.
Souls.
Jamarcus Russell or Josh Gordon?
That's a good question. If you say Jamarcus, you're smart. Hey, Paul.
Yeah,
There's a theme early in the show. Do you remember what that theme was?
yeah. That's right.
That's what I'm trying to debate. Do I
Josh
wanna
Gordon
get
blows his
high,
nose
or
a
do
lot.
I want to
That's
get
right.
high?
Are you trying to insinuate that one of these 2 people named does cocaine?
Or
Yes.
both?
I don't think Josh Gordon does cocaine. He's got enough problems.
I'm going to go Jamarcus Russell. If I'm going to be a bust, I want to get paid and do cocaine.
All right.
That guy did cocaine off strippers' asses.
We should be yelling this, not whispering.
Well, no,
We want the people to know.
it's a subtle thing. It's a
Both
subtle
played for pretty shit teams.
thing. Yeah,
Team doesn't matter. The cocaine matters.
it's true. And think how much he got paid as a rookie, too. That was probably some high-grade cocaine, too.
As far as
Colombian.
As far as cocaine goes.
You heard that Gordon had to work when he was suspended at a car dealership. I don't want to work. I want to do cocaine.
And get fat.
He was eating good.
He almost came
Marcus
back.
Russell got so
He
fat.
almost came back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. That was a good one, Kyle.
That was strictly for a documentary. They weren't actually going to have him come back.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going back to. I like how you're using our new Getting Sports with Drunk stickers as a coaster. Big fan of that.
Thanks,
Could
Kyle.
be the next item on the list.
Ooh, coasters? Big fan of that. Hey, Jeff, you're up.
That's right, I am.
You are up.
Just vamp a little bit.
This is gonna be a NASCAR question. I can just feel it.
Tony Stewart or Kenny Irwin Jr.?
Tony Stewart, he killed the guy.
Kenny Irwin Jr. died. Kenny Irwin Jr. died on the track. You arrogant.
killed a guy.
All right, I'm going to go
That's
to Kendall.
private stock for you, souls.
Yeah, that's some private stock.
He still killed the guy.
That's the
Kendall.
way you pick him.
He got away with it.
He didn't
Another
murder him.
another. Yeah. Yes, Jeff. I'm ready.
All right, Cam Newton or Michael Vick?
Michael Vick.
Wrong.
No, wait. Do things that happened off the field
This is
count?
career.
Saying whose career?
So this is just stats, pretty much, right? Stats, hardware, like what you did on the field. This has nothing to do with like.
I don't know. I've been answering for all of it.
Well, I mean, you could put in, how they were as a player while they played.
Well, it's basically what I'm asking is, can Kendall elect to go to jail for something other than dogfighting? Can he
No.
miss part of his career for going to jail for like cocaine?
No, you
Nope.
were dogfighting.
I still
want you-
stand with Michael Vick.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah.
What was
yikes.
the other one? I missed it.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton? Oh, yeah.
Kyle, I know you're in the same room as us, and it's easy to miss stuff, but don't worry.
How too busy taking a sip of the private stock, making faces.
Taking a sip of private stock.
Making faces, taking a sip.
Taking a sip of private stock. You really picking Michael Vick?
I am taking Michael Vick.
I can't do
He
it.
was an electric player. He was fun to watch. I mean, he's the only player who is the most unstoppable Madden player ever. It was unfair to play with him.
That's not true. There's
you-
a lot of them.
What?
No,
You probably haven't
no.
used Chad Henne.
No, Kyle, you're wrong. Michael Vick is the most unstoppable Madden player of all time. Do you remember when they came out with Madden 25?
Who's that?
They made the all Madden team from they picked every position. They picked the best player
They had
from.
like a 97 speed.
He had a 99 speed.
99.
He
Madden
and
04.
Who gives two flying anything about Madden? Have you ever played NFL Street with Michael Vick? If you have Michael Vick, Ricky Williams, and Terrell Owens on the same team, it's done. It's over. There's no competition.
Have you ever gone to the kennel with Mike Vick?
Twice.
Come on.
Yeah,
I don't.
we're digging a hole here, guys.
Despite all the mistakes,
I don't approve of any of this. I'm a very big dog person. I know Mock's not, but
as
I
am
love
I.
dogs.
I've never owned a dog in my life. That's
I can
why.
see why.
They won't
might
let
have
you.
owned a couple
Starting
dogs.
to make sense now.
All right, this has become.
So are you saying Mike Vick for his playing career and not for any off-field issues?
Correct.
Can you
Amazing.
Can you at least say that you would go to jail for a different reason?
Of course I would.
Cocaine?
Of course I would.
Listen, Cam Newton wears all those snazzy suits, though.
Yeah, so does Von Miller. And perhaps he does it better.
Does Von Miller actually wear glasses? I've always
No,
wondered
no,
that.
no, no,
I
no,
don't think so.
no. Those are
Under the helmet.
those. Sometimes they don't have lenses. It's ridiculous. At least make the effort. Get some Lexan in there or something.
All right, your turn. I don't want to talk anymore about dogs. It saddens me. And you guys know me. I'm a pretty edgy guy.
All right, Doberman Pinscher.
Poodle. Oof. Doberman Pinscher. Even if you're not that big, it sounds way more badass.
I mean, that was my question to you verbatim.
Like Doberman
So-
Pinscher Poodle, we could really actually make that like a player thing. It's like, would you rather be Nate Robinson, Doberman Pinscher, or
Troy Polamalu.
Poodle, Andre Drummond? I don't know if you guys saw Joel Embiid's comments about Andre Drummond, but it was some pretty negative things to say about him.
He's going to regret saying those
Yeah, he is. People are going to come at him hard. They're going to come on him hard.
if he's even healthy for that game.
Hey, man.
That's like a month or two out.
Kyle, you're not a Sixers fan, so please stay off of this.
All right, I have one for Paul that I'm excited about. Taze or Kane?
Ugh, Taze. Way more
Really?
handsome.
Okay. Is that the only reason?
No, he's also way sexier.
Wow.
He was voted one of the sexiest people in Chicago.
Sense a theme here.
How's the cocaine situation?
I gotta be Kane. So here's the thing. This is a really good question because they both played for my favorite team. They've played as long as one another. So hardware isn't really an issue here. I picked Taze because Kane, one of the best pure scorers in the NHL. I like Taze because Taze does all the little things you don't notice. He's a great captain. He motivates the team. He's great with charity work. You know, he hypes the team up before every game. He's this lovable, like, fun guy. But like the minute anything hockey is mentioned, the switch goes off and he becomes Captain Serious. That's his nickname in the locker room. Also, he has done something pretty cool. I know other players have done it, but his first NHL shot was a goal, and it was pretty beautiful. So I'm going to take Taze. Also, Taze has never been accused of rape.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Why do we all like teams that have like some sort of like really serious crime allegation against them?
Because controversy sells. That's why.
All right, fair enough.
Can I jump the gun and ask Kyle one? I've been thinking of a good one.
Well, why don't I just ask you one,
All right,
and then
go ahead.
you can ask Kyle.
Go ahead.
That.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Jeff.
Oh.
All right, Mark. I got one for you. You ready? Would you rather have Mark Teixeira's career? Yeah, he sucks. Would you rather have Mark Teixeira's career or Brett Gardner's career?
Ooh. Baldwin. I would say Brett Gardner. Similar to the reason you said. Loyal guy. Always played for the Yankees. Never left. I mean, he's got a ring with them. I don't see him ever leaving the Yankees.
They've been thinking about trading him for the last.
I know they always talk about it, but they shouldn't. I think
But
like if
they
they were to name a team captain right now, it should be Brett Gardner. I would take his career over Teixeira's.
Good. All right, you can ask Kyle now.
Now I have one for Kyle. Now this one's going to be a cross sport.
Okay.
Kyle, Troy Polamalu or Cole Hamels?
Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much. Once you say
I
Troy
know.
Polamalu,
I just tried to say his two favorite players ever.
Troy Polamalu with 2 rings is considered one of the best safeties of all time.
Under Ed Reed.
He's better
No,
than.
I don't want to even get into that.
under.
I think you're forgetting Jason Sehorn.
Ooh, yikes.
What about Darren Sharper?
It's a no-brainer.
Talking about controversy. Rape.
that Kyle answered that much faster than I thought it was going to.
No, once you say Troy Polamalu, it's pretty much over.
You
I don't think
remember,
there's.
Kyle used to have a picture of Troy Polamalu. He might still have it over his bed with a cross or something.
Nah, that was just a really poor room,
All right.
and so the ceiling went like diagonal. So like half his body was on one wall, then it went like
No.
up.
I meant the portrait of him. You had the fathead, too.
Yeah, remember you had that oil painting of him, that commemorative one
In
of
the
him?
nude.
Yeah, the Head and Shoulders one. There's just a Head and Shoulders in front of his penis.
You know, he's in Moana, so I've watched that like twice.
He's not in it. He voices somebody in it.
I want to know more about your poor room. I could tell you why it's a poor room. Because you lived in it. No, he had a poor room.
This show got real salty. Kyle, you have one?
Yeah, I got one for Kay. Reed. Yo.
Shoot
So
it over to Kenny.
Yeah, can you read here?
Yeah, spit it out, Souls.
So we got Plaxico Burress
Yep. Him.
or Santonio Holmes.
Santonio Holmes.
Come on, you could have shot yourself in the leg, bro.
And did cocaine.
And beat the Patriots.
And did cocaine.
So we can't discredit Holmes for not doing cocaine.
He threw a water bottle at a girl, and that's why he got cut from the Steelers.
Very well. I won the Super Bowl. And I got the MVP. All in one drive. Burris, really, he played for the Steelers.
Twice.
Did some good things, but he also caught the ball in the middle of the field and then spiked it untouched and fumbled the ball.
Yeah, Emmanuel
So-
Sanders did that once, too.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
something
that.
I can kind of see you doing.
I would never. I'm not a sportsman. I don't. I don't celebrate.
You celebrate.
No,
Yeah. You
When?
celebrate success.
I do celebrate success. Let's get around in here. DJ Khaled, bring.
Oh, gross. Kenny?
All right. Kenny Reed, give me a sun kissed.
What?
I don't know.
Hand it over.
It seemed like the right thing to say.
I don't know if "give me a sun kiss" is ever the right thing to say.
Yeah, there are like 7 other options at orange soda that are better.
All right, since we're running low on actually, you're right. Fanta's probably the best option. I feel like Kyle has been a question a lot.
Probably
I have
the-
one for Kendall.
Well, it's Kendall's turn.
I know, but he's
All right,
asking.
hold
I'm
on.
just saying.
Can we throw like a mirror shot? It's just-
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. You can ask one. I have one. Another one as well. So you do this one, and then I'll do one.
So, Kendall, whose career would you rather have? Teddy Bruschi
Yep.
Ouch.
or what was his name? Mike Vrabel?
Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel?
You know, I hate Mike Vrabel a lot, and I hate Teddy Bruschi a lot.
Yeah, but think of all the fun things you can do with your last name, beard-wise.
True, but I'm going to go with Vrabel.
You could open up a whole Patriots brewery.
I know. I'm going to go with Vrabel because at least I played for the Steelers, and as a linebacker, I've caught 2 offensive touchdowns in the Super Bowl, which is outrageous. And that's why I'd rather have his career.
And now you're a coach.
And now I'm a coach for
What
the
if
Texans.
Ty Law was in there, too?
I wouldn't want to be Ty Law. Or any of those guys. Bucky
I didn't even
Jones.
take this route. We could just keep asking Kendall, like Patriots.
Players he hates.
Rodney
Save
Harrison or Ty Law?
Save it
Nope.
for another show.
Rodney Harrison or Ty Law?
Ty Law. Because at least I'm not on television making an ass of myself every week.
That might be the worst halftime show analysis.
You should get
crew
in a
ever.
Twitter beef with Rodney Harrison.
Oh,
See
that'd
if
be
we
so
can get him
funny.
to reply.
You know, I think
Tell him to tune in.
he just wouldn't acknowledge me. That's the problem. If I knew I could get under like,
Who's this Kenny?
who is this? Kenny Reed, give that guy a sun kiss.
All right, so I got one for the table here. So this is for everybody. Whose career would you rather have? Would you rather have Derek Jeter's career
Yes.
or Kobe Bryant's career?
Derek Jeter.
Now, I preface this for this reason. Kobe Bryant played for, I think, 20 years. And Derek Jeter played for 19. Because he retired in 2015.
He came up in 95.
He retired at the end of the 2015 season now. I think it said he only played 19 years.
Either way.
So whatever. Either way, they played about the same amount of time. They both have won 5 championships. And they've both been in 7 championships. Kobe's won 2 MVPs, finals MVPs. Derek Jeter's won 1. Kobe has 16 All-Star games. Derek Jeter has 14. And the best thing is, and that this is how close this is, postseason win percentage, they both are exactly at 61.4%.
Wow.
So whose career would you rather have?
I would still take Jeter's career. Not only because he's my favorite player, but if you look over both of their careers, we already talked, Kobe had some legal issues. Jeter was always like that athlete that anyone could look at and model after.
Okay.
So I'd take Jeter.
Jeff?
Jeter. I'm judging it. Their careers were essentially the same. Jeter, in his last game, I literally cried in his last game.
He had a few tears.
Just him walking up to the plate. You look at Kobe's last game, it was a joke. Absolute joke. Teams were just literally letting him score. They were just passing to him. I think Jeter's the perfect role model. He's been with every woman we wish we could be with, which shouldn't really translate.
Herpes or not, who cares?
Yeah.
I feel like this has become very serious.
Dude, all I can think about is
you
that
gotta think,
stupid
'cause
Jeter commercial.
Now you're talking about like two of the greatest athletes we've probably seen.
Kendall, what do you got?
So this is a serious matter, Kenny.
There's no sun-kissed joke.
Sun-kissed on you. I will take Jeter as well. I think, he had a great career, bigger pop cultural icon than Kobe was, and for that reason, I think I'd... You doubt that? I mean...
I think you can go either way with it.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way. Jeter's been in movies. He was like the first baseball Gatorade guy.
Had his own Jeter or Jordan shoe.
Yeah, I mean, he had a
Kobe
shoe
has his own.
in what is essentially the basketball realm of footwear. So for that reason, I give it to Jeter.
He also made the Players Tribune.
Souls?
I'm too going to say Jeter.
Juicy J does not rap about Jeter, though.
And for my reasoning is that, for me, baseball is a more difficult sport to be more successful than basketball. That's just my opinion.
Was that just because of the numbers? There's more guys in baseball?
No, it's more difficult sport to play than basketball.
Yeah, I forget that.
More of a hand-eye coordination thing.
I'd love to see you tell Ben Simmons that and see how he reacts.
I tell him.
I'll tell him right now. Twitter beef.
All right. Clean sweep of Jeter. Very surprised.
Paul, do you have an answer?
I do. Kobe Bryant.
There goes the clean sweep.
I'm not saying it to be the clean sweep. So, I'd like to make this statement by first saying that I'm not saying Derek Jeter did not do this. So, before I get attacked for this. But I think when you look at today's players in the NBA and you look at rising stars in the NBA, like Giannis and James Harden, Russell Westbrook, I think that overall on the sport and the way the sport is moving, I think Kobe Bryant had a bigger influence on the NBA, its future stars, and where it's going than Derek Jeter did. And I'm not saying that Derek Jeter did not. Derek Jeter absolutely did. But in baseball, unlike in basketball, and this is, as what Kyle said, he was one of the greatest, if not the greatest baseball player of our generation, but at a kind of like your skill set is a little more limited, I should say, I guess is the way I'm trying to say it. I'm not saying Derek Jeter couldn't play outfield. He probably could. Probably would do pretty well at it. But Kobe, I mean, at the end of the career when he was getting hurt and they were getting into a more youth movement and he couldn't keep up, obviously it was different. But for how many years was Kobe Bryant the guy? And I mean, not that Derek Jeter wasn't the best player in baseball, at his younger age coming up, but I feel like there were more names. If you were to go back and you were to look at Derek Jeter's tenure when he was in his prime, there are a lot more players that you would put into the conversation of greatest player in, we'll say, 2000, 2006 in baseball than you would in basketball. In basketball, I don't think you can, if you're a real basketball fan and you really watch basketball, I don't think you can make the argument that there was a player in basketball that was better than Kobe Bryant during that time frame. Of course, LeBron took over, but LeBron's a freak of nature. But Kobe was a freak of nature. And Kobe did it without the physical size that LeBron James has. So that's my take on it. I just think there's no hardware debate because that's over. We named, I listed the stats to you for hardware, for MVP success and all that stuff. I think Kobe Bryant had a bigger impact on what the NBA is today than what Derek Jeter had on what baseball is today.
Fair enough. I mean, you can't argue with it.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
I mean, it all dates back. I mean, who's to say Kobe Bryant isn't what he was because of MJ? Kobe Bryant grew up watching MJ. I mean, the time gap isn't not really that big because Kobe came out in, 97, 96, 97, I think.
Oh, look at me.
So, I mean, like Jordan was still very much playing at that time. But, like I said, Kobe came out, he was immediately great, he was immediately impactful, and he continued to be that way for a very long time.
All right, fair enough.
Dilly.
I got one for the table if we have enough time.
We don't.
Okay.
Is it going to be as good as the one I just did?
I don't know.
I thought that was a really good one to end on.
Yeah,
I had fun.
we'll talk off air, Kyle.
Yeah, whatever.
Getting Sports with Drunk After Dark. Kyle, you can't.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, then in that case, beer reviews. J-Mart, how was the Taco Cat? Really?
It was decent, but I have heartburn.
Well, that's
Well,
not fair.
it's
You
a
get
sour.
heartburn from everything.
Yes.
You get heartburn from looking at
The
milk.
last sour, I can't even remember what it was. Didn't give me heartburn, though. That's why I liked it. I feel it's not bad, but it's...
I'm
step
surprised.
down.
I thought you would really like that. I was a big fan of that beer when I had it.
I feel like it's more tart than flavor. That's my only knock on it.
See, I love really sour things. Got it?
I actually surprisingly liked the Pink Lemonade IPA.
Was it sweet like a Sunkist?
It was not.
No.
It's no Sunkist. But it kind of reminded me of a shandy a little bit, and I could drink like one shandy and be happy. I couldn't drink a whole bunch, but it had that lemon taste to it, so I'd probably drink it again.
Sorry, pink lemon.
That doesn't exist in the wild.
Yes, it does. Brown cows eat it.
I see what we're doing here.
Machine washable.
The Leaf Storm was really good. For an IPA, it wasn't too like overpowering. It was very drinkable, nice finish. I liked it a lot.
I tasted a beer at work today from Relic that I don't know if it's considered new, but I think everyone here should go try it, and anybody who's listening, also from Relic, called the Correspondent. Really good double IPA. Souls, the Mountain Ale.
It's the dew of the beer.
Excellent.
It's the
That's
dew
how
of the
great it
beer.
is.
The dew of the beer. I like that.
Yeah.
Could you drink more than one of those?
Probably.
Excellent. Good thing we got 6 more for you.
We don't.
We
What?
do.
They're in the closet. They're in the microwave right now.
Nice and warm.
So the Cloudbreak was pretty good. I like it because it's kind of like the unfiltered taste to it, like the little floaties I like to call them.
Little residue.
No, it's the floaties. It's pretty good. I would drink it again, but it's funny with the seasons change. I mean, I like IPAs in the summer. Some of them I can't drink too many of them. They burn out my palate too fast. So I'm really kind of over them. So it's kind of bad timing for me. But I thought it was pretty good. It's the perfect beer to drink when you need to clean out your cocaine-ridden nasal systems, in my opinion. So, big fan. I believe Machine Washable has some news. Or not news, but things to say.
Take a second, listen to our friends from over at the Ice Cream Social podcast.
Ice Cream Social is your one-stop shop for everything in the entertainment and media industry, ranging from sports, politics, automotive, celebrities, and of course, controversial topics. With your favorite host, Mondo, dedicating most of his time to making sure he provides his listeners with the latest and greatest in entertainment. Don't miss a beat and follow the Ice Cream Social on Twitter at ICS_podcast and subscribe on iTunes, Google Music Play, and SoundCloud. Tune in every Sunday for another exciting episode of the Ice Cream Social, the podcast everybody is craving for.
And be sure to find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's doing cocaine or drinking a Sunkist.
And be sure to find us on Podbean, subscribe on iTunes. We're on the Lieb Sports Network every day from 7 to 8 a.m. and every Sunday from 12 to 1 on the PPRN network.
I don't do cocaine or condone it
Thank you, Jeff.
Also, I'd like to say our
at all.
our social media expert, Machine Washable over there, recently went out and got some stickers, some Getting Sports with Drunk stickers. So fun little thing. If you find a sticker posted somewhere, or you get a sticker, whatever the case may be, post it on Instagram, tag us in it. We'll give you a shout out on the show following that tag. So fun stuff. Get your name heard by hundreds of people.
I think we should give a prize. Whoever sends us, we'll send you some toast in the
Ooh,
mail.
we could make homemade nips with the private stock.
Ooh, illegal? I like it.
There's no way that's gonna fly. Well, let's do it anyway.
It's not illegal because really we're not making booze.
True.
We're not selling it. The only really illegal thing that we're doing, 2 illegal things. One, if they're underage, but the only thing we're doing is sending booze in the mail. So if you come to our house and get it,
We could deliver it.
Come pick it up.
if you come to one of our houses and get it and show proper identification, I've worked at a liquor store, so I know what's fake. I also know how to overlook it But
For the
yeah,
right price.
if you find find one of our business cards, you find one of our stickers, make sure to put it on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out. We love our fans, especially the cocaine ones. So from all of us here at Getting Sports with Drunk, I'm the Riddler,
I'm Solzy.
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
I'm J-Mart.
And I'm Kendall.
What the hell was that? Did you?
It was the cocaine.
No, we're gonna re-sign off because I forgot. Can we change your name from Kendall to Kenny Sunkiss?
I don't like that.
No,
all right,
if
too
I
bad.
get called
Real quick.
Mock Sheen Washable.
Yeah, but I keep up with Machine Washable.
We're going around the table. Who votes Kenny Sunkiss? Jeff.
I'd like.
Yes.
I want a different
Kyle?
orange soda.
Absolutely.
No,
I want a different orange soda.
No, it doesn't work that way. I also
Kenny
vote
Fanta
yes.
doesn't really sound. Actually, the,
See, I told you.
Kenny Fanta. No, I don't.
And
like
also,
Kenny
I
Fanta.
made
it's like
that
Danny
name.
Phantom.
Kenny
Danny
Fanta sounds
Phantom.
like somebody that would be found in a bedroom with Fandango.
Kenny Sunkiss.
And so does Kenny Sunkiss.
Yeah, but at least you'd be in Florida. All right, so Kenny
What
Sunkiss. Next show,
Locked and
you have
loaded.
to introduce and sign off as Kenny Sunkiss.
Don't worry.
No
We'll make sure you do.
way.
If you don't, you're gonna have to do a disgusting shot
That's fine.
through your nose.
Bring it on.
Ooh, better yet, if you don't, Kyle's gonna touch your eye.
Ooh.
Or just
with
put a funnel in
Coach.
your nose and make you.
All right, from all of us here Getting Sports with
We
Drunk,
pretty much just throw every
I'm
inside
the
joke
Riddler.
we have.
I'm Solzy.
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
Nope.
I'm J-Mart.
And I'm Kendall.
Kenny Sunkiss.